Ladies and gentlemen, welcome again to Wrestling with a Dream web series. Canadian Justice, a true hometown hero who knows when to deliver justice in the squared circle. And when things get tough in the ring, he's the right man for the rescue. Canadian Justice, a just man who draws a line between right and wrong when it comes to professional wrestling. His signature move marks a difference in the hearts of fans. Canadian Justice sure has a law of his own. Today, allow me to introduce to you someone rather exceptional, a hometown hero, someone who's been loved by fans and everyone. Someone who's been called Canadian Justice. Dear viewers and fans out there, today we have the opportunity to talk with Mr. Tyler Ackerman, aka Canadian Justice, where wrestling rules are the law in his own hands. Welcome to our show, Mr. Tyler.
Thank you for having me. I'm glad to be here.
It's good to have you over here as well with us. Three Angels Power Film Production Inc. has in store a few important questions. So would you allow me to start this rather exceptional journey?
Yeah.
Good.
Let's get it rolling.
So, you're ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, good. Canadian Justice, what inspired you in becoming a wrestler? When did you really start wrestling with a dream, your dream in becoming a sports entertainer?
Started for me when I would say 3 years old was the first time I turned on wrestling and could actually watch it. I mean, I probably watched it when I was younger, but to actually sit and watch it and kind of, it clues in, like, it just keeps you watching. So ever since then, and from that day I first watched wrestling, I ran up to my mom and said, "Mom, that's what I want to do."
So you just fell in love with that sport?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I had my mind set on it.
So when you were 3, you just decided to become a wrestler?
Yeah, I fell in love with it.
Were you the only one in your family growing up as a fan of wrestling?
I'd say I was the most die-hearted fan in my family. I mean, my sister kind of watched it a little bit. Like, she liked, like Bret Hart, and my mom loved The Ultimate Warrior. But, I mean, other than that, I was the true die-hard fan of wrestling. Like, it was, every time it was on.
Who was your main idol growing up as, first of all, of course, a fan, and then you became a professional wrestler, but let's say who was your main idol?
The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. He's just a true, talented, awesome performer, and it's true what they say, no one can top him. No matter what he does at a WrestleMania, like, I understand why they call him Mr. WrestleMania. It's no one can top his performance. And he just goes out, gives it all, and it's...
He never stops. With his sweet chin music,
It just keeps ticking. So, I mean, my idol was Shawn Michaels, and it always will be Shawn Michaels. People ask me, who's your favorite wrestler? And I say, Shawn Michaels is the first word that comes out of my mouth. Okay, well, and I would say my second favorite wrestler is Triple H. But Shawn Michaels is my main
Comes
favorite
first.
wrestler. Yeah.
All the time.
Go, Jess. you a troublemaker growing up?
No. No, I watched what my sister was doing, because we're 8 years apart, her and I. So I watched what she was doing, and I knew what to do and what not to do. So
Were you influenced by the sports itself, or
I
like
was
did it make you like let's
like
say
aggressive as a
yeah,
kid?
aggressive,
No.
or turn into a violent
I mean, I would go to my, hey, you know, want to wrestle down, you know. Or it kind of helped me, I would say, a little bit, because when I was younger, about 5, my buddy would try to beat me up or something and pull my hair and stuff, so I would put him in a wrestling hold.
Oh boy.
I remember his grandmother having to come in, get off of him, you're going to kill him, what did he do? And he don't pull my hair.
So it did play a role in your life. You know?
It helped me protect myself a little
Oh,
bit,
yeah.
so.
Would you tell the viewers a little about your character, Canadian Justice, and why, in particular, you chose that title for Tyler Ackerman?
Well, it came about, I was sitting around the table with the promoter slash guy that was running this wrestling school at the time, and he said to me, he says, you know, we got to think of a name for you. Something that's going to kind of pop with the fans and everything, because I want to make you a face. And so we're going around, we're talking, and I said, well, I want something to do with Canada. You know? Like, I am totally 100% proud to be Canadian. There's no doubt about it. Like, I mean, I have a tattoo of Canadian on my leg, so I have a tattoo that says I am Canadian with the Team Canada Maple Leafs, so I am truly proud to be a Canadian. And I said, well, I want something to do with Canadian in it. I've got to, you know. And he says, well, okay, that sounds good. And he says, well, you're a big guy, so we kind of want to bring in something to play with that. So, and then we, you know, he's like, I want you to bring aggressiveness, and, you know, something goes wrong, I want you to correct it, bring the power, like. So then I said, well, so you want me to bring the justice, really? And then he says, that's it.
And then it just clicked. Canadian Justice.
That's what we're going to roll with. We're going to try it out. And I said, okay, well, let's go, we'll try it. And
so you're the one who lies the rules.
I had to figure out my own gear and everything, and so we went from there, and this is how I became who I am today so far.
Good. How important the role of family in your life?
Family's very important. Family comes first. Growing up, I was probably like most sons. I was always a mommy's boy, and I still am to this day. And like, honestly, personally, I get mad when I see kids disrespecting their parents, because how can you disrespect your parents like that? That's the only parent you have in your life. How can you sit there and disrespect them like that? So that very upsets me. But family's number one, and especially since about 16 months ago, when I had my own child for the first time, like my own little boy, and it's the best thing in my life. Like, especially when you're watching them be born, and it's like, wow, like I created that somehow, you know? It's
miracle of life.
I bawled my eyes out. I mean, if you don't cry when your child's born, something's wrong with you.
Yeah, of course, definitely.
But family's very, very important in my life.
They support you. Your wife supports you.
They support me 100% with what I do, and you know. But they say, you know, my mom always said, well, you know, Tyler, have a backup plan in case wrestling doesn't work out. And
yeah,
I said, yeah, Mom, okay. You know, so I thought of a few things, and I said, nah, this is I think what I want. This is what I want to do. I know this is what I want to do.
So it's like it's your passion.
This would be like my 9 to 5. Instead of working a 9 to 5, this is what I would want to do for the rest of my life.
If I ask you to take us back in time and talk about the hard days of training, what were the sacrifices that you had to take in order to earn your title as a Canadian Justice?
You had to, well, I trained on a hardwood floor.
Mm-hmm.
Learned to flip bump, learn all that on the hardwood floor.
Mm-hmm.
It's not fun. I was in pain every day. The trainers told me, they said, you know, Rob A535 is going to be your best friend. I said, no. What are you talking about? And they were right. I mean, your back takes a toll on it, and I was sore, and I still went in every time, and I still looked forward to it. I got excited every day I was in there. And
trying your best to portray or to carry on that particular title.
Yeah, and I tried my best not to make a mistake in the class, because if you made a mistake in the class, for some reason they put you in the center of attention in front of everybody, and everybody lined up and they all chopped you. Didn't matter if someone was sitting down. You could have been in the class sitting down watching, and you get in the line with everybody else. So, and I say a lot of the girls hit harder than the guys, that's for sure.
So you did like train for let's say 6 months, 8 months, a year. How long took that period of time, and just training, and then when did you know that you're ready to take your first step into the squared circle?
It was with someone who had the wrestling school. I think it went on for about a month and a half or so, and it kind of folded. So I tried to get in contact with other people, and so then the guy that was running the school said, okay, well listen, you know, as bad as it sounds, but we'll do private sessions, you know, and we'll keep you going, you pay. And I was like, okay. So I trained for about another month and a half, so really 3 months altogether. And then he comes up to me and he says, okay, I'm going to put you in the show. I said, are you sure? Like, am I ready? Like, yeah, you're doing everything perfect. And, I mean, I would bump on the floor, and not make one mistake.
Okay.
Like, it was from the get-go. I was, boom, perfect. So if you can bump on a hardwood floor, you can bump in a ring. And I never stepped foot in a ring until my very first show, which I didn't really understand the concept of, like why they did that, but you know, as soon as the opportunity comes, I mean, you're gonna jump, like, so that's what happened, and ever since then, it was, you know,
it was a breeze.
It was, honestly, I think it comes natural to me. It's
well,
one of those things.
I think because it's a part of you, part of your natural instinct as a wrestler.
Yeah, I think a lot of wrestlers, it comes natural to you.
Uh-huh.
You know, when you're training and you bump and, what? You just did that? How many times have you done that? Well, it's my first time bumping like that. No, you know, it's one of those things, you're gifted, it comes natural.
Natural, yes, of course. Who was your favorite opponent to work with in the ring? Were there specific opponents, you know, that you favored over others, or?
So far, I would say they all have been pretty good, easy going to work with. I mean, it's not been pretty. I mean, I've had one incident, but other than that, it's.
But you don't favor one over the other.
No, they're all equal, and I'm an all and equal. There's no well, I'd rather work with this person than that. No, if they say, okay, I'm gonna put you with this person, okay, because really we're there to help each other. It's
complete each other in order to present a very good show to the people.
Yeah, like say for instance, an example, like I was around for 10 years, this guy was around for 2 years. The program was, okay, you're gonna go with him. Well, why? Some guys are like, why? He's only been around certain. Why? It doesn't matter how long he's been around. You're all an equal when you're in that locker room.
Yes.
You're all a family. It's not, you know, you can only, if you've been around longer, you can help that guy get better.
Yes, of course.
Fight him on the legs, stupid!
Oh my God!
Come on, little ball gun. Like that.
Come on, Justin, let's go. Come on, let's go.
One more, come on!
Come out of the corner, man.
This is.
Stay up.
Watch, he's gonna get you.
Come on, man. Let's go.
Shoot him off the ring!
Get him out. Playing hockey.
Don't do that! He's gonna.
In your opinion, during the years of wrestling, we've talked about favorism, the issue of favorism when it comes to certain wrestlers. Was there a difficult opponent to work with, in the ring? During your match, or over the years during these matches,
Yeah,
did you bump into someone that is, how can this guy is like, why is he so difficult to dance with me and and deliver a good show?
Yeah, for instance, it was just not the NECA show that just passed, the one before that was the incident I finally run into someone like that. And I've known the guy since I was probably 11 or so, for quite a few years, and we wrestled each other in the backyard or whatever. All the wrestlers start to, so when it came time, he did training and all that, and when it came time to, the promoter comes to me and says, well, listen, I want to put you with him because you guys know each other, and it's his first actual, maybe his second actual match. I don't want to put him with somebody he's going to feel uncomfortable with. No problem, but he was very difficult, and he...
not easy to work with.
For some reason, he was being like that, and I said, if you're lost, you're scared, just tell me. We'll work something out, and he faked an injury, which I was not happy about. From what I've heard, I took a lot of heat for that, and I don't understand why. But it was all fake. I mean, I went on his Facebook, and he has pictures of him in a motel room, and the same night he's supposed to be hurt and jumping on a bed, no arm in a sling.
Here comes the Canadian Justice.
I was mad.
Bringing out some concrete evidence.
Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna take heat for something that wasn't my fault. So.
What was your feeling when the first time ever you stepped into the squared circle and you were like cheered by people and all around, and then it's like the first time ever you're in that precious squared circle?
It's the first feeling, and it's the feeling I always get every single time. You get the butterflies. It's like, wow, is this really happening? Like, are they really liking me? Like, and you see them just standing and jumping and cheering, and it's unbelievable feeling, and I still think to myself every time, even when I get to the back after I'm done, I'm like, wow, did that just happen? They really take to me like that? Like, wow.
People do love you out there. The fans, they're really cheering the Canadian Justice, and in a very crazy way. You do portray Canada, first of all, and your name, and then justice. Everybody's seeking justice, and then you're delivering that for them.
I try my best every single time I step in that ring to give the best performance I can give.
if you have the opportunity to challenge someone you've never faced ever before, who would it be and why?
Well, I guess I would have to say, and he's retired now, but it would have to be, anyone in the world would have to be Shawn Michaels because of the fact he's been my idol. And it's like, wow. Like,
The Heartbreak Kid.
to
Here I
say that
come.
I worked with him, you know,
Yeah.
that would be who it was. He's my idol, he's my favorite, and everybody wants to eventually, you know, step in the ring with their favorite, just say, hey, you know, I watched you as a kid, and wow, I can't believe I'm doing it.
It would be an honor for all, you know, even to just to watch you wrestle him. That would be good. Have you ever held a championship belt?
No.
Not a title? Are you looking forward to have one?
I look
in your
forward to
hand?
it. I mean, it's, you know, it's up to the promoters, but I mean, hopefully the fans have influence, you know, them to say, hey, you know.
They play rather in a very significant role.
For
you know?
sure. I mean, it shows the promoter, you know, hey, the guy, fans like him, you know, he's putting people in the seats, and, you know, so I'm hoping one day.
I'm sure Canadian Justice will earn that title soon.
I'm not in it for the titles though. Like, I'm in it because this is what I love to do. But I mean, the titles is a reward. It's, you know, say, hey, you know, it's the promoter's way of appreciating your work, and so I mean, it would be nice. But really, honestly, to me, it doesn't matter whether or not. All that matters to me is I'm in there performing for the fans, and
You're being cheered, and
yeah.
that's a reward in itself.
cheered or booed, I'm still out there.
It's
You know?
it is a reward on its own.
Yeah.
Being appreciated by the fans, and the viewers always the ones that they are counted at the end.
The fans are the number one priority.
Definitely in every show, in every event, in every web series, the viewers and the fans, they play rather an important role.
If you please the fans, you know you've done your job right.
Correctly.
Well, you know what, Nick? You leave me no option, no other option but to throw my glasses out of this ring, walk away, and kick your ass right here.
Let's say we're asking you to give your advice for all those who wish to step in the squared circle. What is your advice for them?
For all the new people that want to step
The
in the ring.
newbies, yeah, the newbies that are like so anxious, they want to go and jump and, you know, and be in that squared circle and have the magic of it, you know.
I mean, I would say, you know, take your time.
Mm-hmm.
Get trained by someone who has credibility, first of all, because in the indie circuit it's very hard to get bookings when people say, okay, well, who are you trained by? And if you tell them and then, well, they don't really like that guy or whatever, you know, it's like, well, they're iffy about booking you. So it's very hard to get bookings when you have someone who trained you that's not well known or not well liked. So, you know, get someone that's got credibility and all that. Like, I'm still looking into something like that later on down the road, and, you know, make sure it's something you really, really, really want to do, because, I mean, it's no joke, man. Your body takes a beating. Your body takes a toll, you know, and you have to make sure you're ready for that pain mentally, physically.
To be prepared for it. And
yeah, because if you're, say, even if you're doing shows back to back, you know, you wake up, you're sore, you know, well, you gotta be prepared to suck it up and go out and do it again.
You have to be prepared to pay the price.
It's the price of paying. To be a wrestler, you gotta.
You have to pay the the
That's
price
the price
tag.
that comes along with it is the pain. So you have to be able to manage both. And
Do you have a specific goal set in your mind? In other words, what do you hope to accomplish more during your career as a wrestler?
I think it's the same as everybody else's who gets in this business, is to make it to the top, to be in the top organization, so like TNA or WWE, and that's where I like to see myself the next few years, because like I said, this is what I want to do the rest of my life, and that's where I'd like to see myself.
You're looking for more stability and let's say concrete, contracts with well-known companies.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any other interests? Any other interests besides wrestling?
Well,
For instance, acting, writing.
as a true Canadian, once again, it's hockey.
Hockey.
As a Canadian, you gotta love hockey. I mean, there's no way around it.
So do you play hockey?
I play a bit of hockey, yeah.
Oh, that's good. And did you make a team? Did you make it?
No, I always. I mean, like I started late than everybody else. Like all my buddies, they played when they were way young. So of course, when I started with them, it was, they were way better than I was. So, it was. But I started out late, and I played in like a couple little minor teams, and that was about it.
Good. If you have the opportunity to pick a tag team partner from the present, the past, who would you choose? What type of a match would it be and why? That's a tricky question. It's going to take you a little while to answer. I'm sure about that, but I know for sure that you have a good answer for this question.
Anyone in the world?
Anybody in the world.
Once again,
You're free.
It's my
You're
idol.
free to choose.
It's my idol, the Heartbreak Kid, for sure.
Okay, and what kind of the type of the match that you're choosing?
It'd be a tag team match, me and him versus two other people. I would say maybe a Hell in a Cell.
Ooh, that would really shake the ground.
Yeah, because he's the first one to be in it with the Undertaker, as we all know, and I mean it's something pretty brutal. And they always, they say,
they mean business.
Yeah, so I mean,
I
like
business.
challenges like that. So, and I never had one like that, so it'd be a new experience for me, and I'd be up for a challenge. But something like that is what I'd like to do.
So you're up for it.
For sure.
Will you ever consider the transition into movies and accept, let's say, a role or a cameo in a feature presentation in the near future?
I mean, if something ever came my way like that, I would take it. It's a new experience. It's a new learning. So, I mean, yeah, I would.
I think it would serve your character as well, to expose it properly, let's say, and put a spotlight on it. If you appear, let's say, in one of the feature presentation portraying your Canadian Justice character, that would be, I think, wonderful. Don't you think so?
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have a special fitness routine to stay in shape, and fit for the ring? Is there a specific, let's say, ritual that you do in order to deliver justice?
Well, when I was in a little bit better shape, I would go to the gym 5 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
I take my weekends off because I mean your body can only take so much working out. But I had to make sure I was in the gym for 5 days a week. You gotta make sure your cardio is up to date. Like cardio is very important because you don't want to get out there. You know, like some guys, by the time their entrance is over, they're blown up.
Yeah.
They're out of breath.
True.
You know, and it's your cardio has to be great, and you have to be in pretty good shape. You don't have to be in tip top not shape. You know, there's guys that are out there, they're a little out of shape, like I am a little bit right now, but you know, but their cardio is great and they're great performers and great. Like you don't have to be a big muscle bound guy to be a wrestler. No. Maybe back in the 80s and the 90s, maybe, but nowadays, no, you don't.
So you just, you know, follow, let's say, a specific diet as well, or you don't follow any specific diet, or you just...
I used to.
You know, we're talking about physical fitness and...
I mean, every time you're going to the gym, you gotta make sure you get your protein shakes. Protein is very important when you're working out in the gym. I mean, you're not gonna establish nothing without your protein. You need your protein to build even your muscle. You need your protein. So I would usually drink a protein shake about an hour before the gym. Then I would do my workout, and I would come home and I would take a shower and all that, and then I would drink another protein shake to help the repair the muscle tissue that I just tore and everything else, because that's what it does. It helps you establish and it gets you ready.
Recover what?
Yeah, recovers what was damaged a little bit to grow a new process. So that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Hailing from Cornwall, Ontario, Canada, weighing in at 250 pounds, Canadian Justin!
In terms of wrestling itself, let's say wrestling between brackets, what do the fans mean to you?
The fans are everything. The fans are the most important part of the show. You know, without the fans, you're nothing. You're nobody. The fans is what makes you somebody. The fans is what makes the promoters want to book you. You know, the fans are just everything. Without the fans, like I said, you're nothing.
Without them, we're not here.
Really, you know, honestly, the fans is what makes the paychecks. Without the fans paying their ticket money to go see you, you have no paycheck. The promoter makes no money.
Yeah.
So the fans is what makes the paychecks.
And no entertainment.
That's right.
if we say the mic is yours, what would you like to say, speaking of fans, to all the fans that they are right now watching Wrestling with a Dream episode?
I would just like to tell them, you guys are everything to me. You guys mean so much. I thank you all. I love you all. Without you, like I said, I'd be nothing, nobody. You guys make me who I am, and you know, everything I do is for you. And I try to leave it out on the line every night I'm out there. I want to give you the best performance I can give you. So, you know, I hope I do my job.
Mr. Tyler Ackerman, Canadian Justice, on behalf of Three Angels Power Film Production Inc., I thank you for being here with us today, sharing your precious memories, experiences, everything that deals with wrestling with a dream, your dream of being in the hearts of fans forever and ever, and for more generations to come. I thank you again for becoming a part of Three Angels' journey and unforgettable history. Now, dear viewers, I ask you to stay tuned for more Wrestling with a Dream coming your way. Don't forget to email us if you have a comment, a question, feedback. Let Three Angels hear your thoughts. We're here, waiting for your emails. Until then, keep wrestling with a dream.